Hello everybody, this is the third video regarding my mission, and my mission is to uncover how does React implement React.Fragment, and we already able to see that react.createElement is called and React DOM.createElement is called. Okay, let's see that. Okay, so let's refresh. I have here breakpoint from my previous video and some new one. Okay, so this is a new one. This is actually the render function of React DOM, and the render function is, you should not be surprised about this because it appears here on main.js. You have React DOM.render, and you should not be surprised that it is called. Okay, so I have a breakpoint here. And this is also something new that I've discovered. Meanwhile, you see here a component, and this component is actually app.js. Okay, and app.js is here. Okay, so we are rendering app.js, and we see it here, and here we have children's. And look at what we got back. We got an object with type of and key and props, ref and type, and we will see this pretty soon. But this is one thing that important to note, that we see here very clearly that the component actually is represented here using an object, a JavaScript object with key, props, ref, type. Okay, and let's continue. Okay, now it's the same app. Now we are on React, okay, and here we have React element, and this is the type. This is the P element here. This is the one. Okay, I'm using this code because I can invoke here create element. So we have here a P inside React, and this is what I want to show you, that actually this P element, or one that we get back from create element, react.createElement, this is actually a JavaScript object, as we saw before. The type is, well, I'm not able to see the type of, but the type of this field is React element, the one that representing the P, and it has a type, and this type is actually the type of it on the DOM. It's a P element, and it has a key. You know that you need to add a key to your component when it is part of a list, because that's how React can identify quickly changes. And this is the ref. You have a reference in React. You can reference the DOM. And these are the props, first name and Nathan, okay? First name. And this is Nathan. So this is the P element. If we continue, we have here another P. This is the second P. Okay, and if we look on the element, the same React element, key is null, props, last name and Krasny. Now we are here, and again, this element is represented in React as a JavaScript object. Also, the both P's are JavaScript object, and we saw also the component is JavaScript object. And if we continue, we are now with the fragment, okay? So this is part of the secret, not all of it, but we can see that the fragment is also an element, the same type of, it is React element, the same key, props is actually these two P's element that we saw before, okay? These are the children and no ref, and the type is React.Fragment. So this is half of the secret. The secret is that React implement React.Fragment as it does with all other elements like P, and we see also soon div. It's simply a JavaScript object. This one, this is an JavaScript object. This is what representing React.Fragment and also the P element, and we will see soon. Here we have the person. We see the person is an object, same type of object. Okay, this is the person. Okay, and now we are still in the React development. Again, I don't understand why, but he is doing it again, creating an element for P and for fragment. This is, I'm still not able to understand why. Okay, and the person, again, this is what the person object return is. We saw before, it's an object, type of React element. Okay. So in this video, I was able to identify that actually React.Fragment is an object, but not in React. But not only React.Fragment is an object, also the P is an object. Okay. I don't see here create element invoke for the div because I did not create the same code that I did for person. I did not do it here. So if I will create here, put this, take this JSX and check what it's an equivalent JavaScript code, it will have also create element, and create element also will be invoked for div. Now it is not, so it is not invoked on React. So the bottom line is that every component and also inside the component, these elements are actually represented in React module as JavaScript object. And React.Fragment is also a JavaScript object. So this reveals half of the secret. I want to say a few things. First, I'm still not able to understand how does React decide to put in the DOM the P and the div and not the fragment. So this is still a mystery. I have another mystery why create element is not called for this code. Okay, so these two issues still remains. Okay, so we saw that the P element and the fragment are actually JavaScript object. Okay, this is JavaScript object. This is React element, and also the component are also React element. They are also JavaScript object, like this one. And so we saw it now. On the other hand, you probably know that React has virtual DOM. It has virtual DOM because it is expensive to do operation on the DOM on node element, and it is cheap to do operation on JavaScript object. So React has virtual DOM with JavaScript object, but for me at least, this is the first time that I see really which object are inside this virtual DOM. This object, what we saw here, are actually part of the virtual DOM, and virtual DOM has also an algorithm that decide when he takes the changes that he has done on the virtual DOM and implement it or push it to the real DOM. So for me, at least it is very interesting. I'm happy to find out what is the virtual DOM is composed of. Thank you.